Poppin' Cuties, I'm ImRobPi, and today I got a new video for you. It's not an April Fool's Day video this year. A lot of people weren't happy last year, so I figured I'd just do a regular tutorial today. Today I'm going to teach you how to make a moving picture, like with just stills and like some effects. So first thing we're going to do is I took a picture of my hand, and that's the hand I want to use for my picture. So I'm going to go to my quick selection tool down here, and we're going to select our layer, and we're going to select our subject. It'll take a few seconds and it'll select your hand. Now this is where you want to go in and make your refinements, and then once you have your refinements, you want to copy and paste the hand into a new layer so it's just like that, and then adjust the hand, and step one is pretty much done. So what you're going to do is you're going to save this as a PNG. We're going to move it to Final Cut Pro. Alright, so now that we're in Final Cut, we're going to use a bunch of pictures that we got off of Google and our hand for the effect. I'm also using an effect I got off of Footage Crate, not sponsored, but I have been using them for a few years. So if this just wants to work with me, so I can drag that on, we're going to drag, come on, work with me. I'm going to drag the hand on, I'm going to resize everything, and here's the effect that I will be using. So again, I got this off of Footage Crate. I have been using them for a few years now. Let's just resize the images to fit the length of the effect. Make sure that's all good. And then let's just, before we resize or anything, I'm just going to render everything real quick so I can watch it back and see what it looks like. Alright, so pretty simple. I'm just going to resize the background to fit the vertical. Same thing with the hand, I'm going to resize that as well. I'd say like that size looks good. And then same thing with the effect. It's a little small right now, so I'm just going to resize that. Then we're just going to play it back. Alright, so it's pretty short right now, nothing too special. We're going to add some movement to kind of animate it and make it look realistic. So I'm going to go to all, and I'm going to look up hand for the handheld feature, and I'm going to add the handheld effect to every clip. Now this is where we kind of, like change how we want the effect to look, because if we just add it, every clip is going to move the same and it's not going to have the same effect. And then let's just render that out real quick and take a look at what it looks like. Alright, so let's take a look. Alright, so the hand is a little too shaky for my liking. So we're going to drag that back down to 20. Alright, so I'd say that looks good. So what we're going to do is we're going to select everything and we're going to make it a compound clip. Oh, there's dogs barking outside now. Alright, doesn't matter what we name it. So we're going to take this, we're going to copy it, and we're going to paste it on the end. Select the clip that we just pasted, and we're going to go into this selection right here. This it's like for the speed and stuff, and we're going to reverse the clip. Alright, let's give this a playback. Alright, so now we have the effect, the movement, and then we have also looped it, so it makes a loop every time. It's a little under 5 seconds, it's 4 seconds long. Next thing we're going to do is to kind of tie it in more, is we're going to add a couple adjustment layers. The first one is going to be for a LUT. Clear our search and go down to color. Make sure the adjustment layer is selected and add the custom LUT filter. Now I have a LUT pack that I purchased a few months ago, so I have like a ton of different LUTs from different creators, but for this one I'm going to use the LUT Perfect Vibe. It adds a nice like golden hour look to it, and that's what I'm looking for. So that is the first adjustment layer. The next one the next adjustment layer we're going to select or add in is, if you go down to light, streaks, make sure the adjustment layer is selected, streaks, Now that is a little too strong. So this is where you get to play around with the settings to see what you like. So I'm just going to change a lot of stuff. The thickness actually changed a lot, so I'm going to put that back up a little bit. That glow. And now I'm also going to add a shape mask because I only want it around the effect and not the sky. Just going to do that, make sure it's good, how you like it. Deselect the mask. And let's just render this real quick just to get an idea of what it looks like before we move on. Alright, so it's rendered, so let's take a look at what it looks like. So just for the sake of this video and this tutorial, I'm going to leave it like this. Obviously, I would work on it and change it to make it look not so strong. But just for the sake of the tutorial, just to show you guys, I'm going to leave it how it is. So moving on to the third and final adjustment layer. I'm going to drag that on top. Again, resize it to fit everything else. And we're going to go up to blur. And let's see, let's find it. We're going to do focus blur. So again, adjustment layer, add the focus blur. Now this, I'm going to leave the blur how it is. However, I will be adding keyframes to animate it to give it movement. So what we're going to do is at the beginning of the timeline, let's see, beginning of the timeline here, make sure that's selected. We're going to drag the center somewhere on my hand, and we're going to add a keyframe. Now what I like to do is I just go to the middle of the timeline. I'm going to add another keyframe, and I'm just going to drag it up a little bit on my hand, just like that. And then we're going to go to the end of the timeline, add a keyframe, and I'm just going to move it up a little bit and over. So now, if we go back, I'm going to render everything one more time. Alright, now let's play it back and see how it looks. So now you have a photo that's moving, you have the flares that go over the hand, and now you have the LUTs to color grade it, and also the focus blur to give it a little more depth. So that is how you would make a moving picture with just stills and effects off of the internet. It's not really a cinematograph, however I can show you guys how to make one if you would like, so let me know down below if you would like that. But anyways, that's how you do it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Smash that sub button if you're new, like if you liked it, comment down below what you would like to see next. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.